Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! Peekaboo, I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available summer 2025, and the pool is open. The album, Dad, shimmy, shimmy, yeah. Rock on, gold dust, woman. Beast! How are you guys doing today? You know, I was sitting here as I was telling you guys that the pool was open, and I was thinking to myself, what's a pool-related song that I can sing? And all I thought of was the theme to Jaws. Na 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 na. All I could think about was the theme to Jaws, because if you don't know, my biggest fear in the entire world, no, is not backlash that I'm going to receive for making a Raw Beauty Christie or Tati Westbrook video. No, my biggest fear in the entire world is sharks. I'm terrified of sharks. I'm terrified of sharks. And I have to tell you that even in a swimming pool, I have believed sometimes, still could probably believe that there are sharks in the pool. Because if you have ever been in a pool at night, I love to night swim, by the way. I love to swim. I love to get in the ocean. I love to swim in the pool. I love all that. But ever since I was a little kid, if I would be night swimming and the lights in the pool would be off, the light at the end of the pool, when it's off, looks like a shark eye to me. So I could even, like, in the deep end of a pool, in the heat of summer on a late August night, I do not like my feet dangling at the bottom of the pool. I just don't like it. I'm terrified of sharks. I'm absolutely terrified of sharks. But I couldn't think of Splish Splash, I was taking a bath, long about a Saturday night. No, that's a bath song. That's not a car wash, working at the car. Oh, I love that song so much. No, that's the car wash song. What's a pool song? I can't think of a pool song. Oh, that one! Oh my God, that Martha Wash song that was always at the beginning. They played it in the clubs back in the day. They played it too much in the clubs back in the day. That Martha Wash song, do you know what I'm talking about? The one that they always, it was in like Queer as Folk. They played it to that Dive Into the Pool or whatever. Do you know what song I'm talking about? Anyway, I need some swimming pool songs is what I need. I need some swimming pool songs. How are y'all doing today? Are you guys having a good day? Listen, Linda, I've got lots of exciting things to tell you guys today. I needed to do a little bit of a palate cleanse over here today, because yesterday I made this video about Tati Westbrook. And so if you didn't watch my video from yesterday about Tati Westbrook, Miss Hot Tati, my video was about the fact that I had put up on my Instagram, which I'm going to go through some of these today. I had put up on my Instagram this thing asking you guys what you wanted to know my unpopular opinions about, okay? And somebody had posted over there, do you think that Tati's career would be where it is today if she had never, like, mixed herself up with James Charles and Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson and that whole mess of Dramageddon? And so I had been going in and I was, like, getting ready to look at her videos. I wanted to look at her views from, like, before Dramageddon to now to see if her views have dropped. It's kind of hard to tell from, I already know, like, there are people already, listen, Linda, we do not need to act like Gabby Hanna in a comment section, okay, where she's on the keyboard, okay, just hold on, because I think some people yesterday, they didn't really listen to what I had to say. They just heard me say Tati, and then it was off to the races. Not Miss Tati, no, Tati, no, gargoyles, no Ouija boards. Unless you're going to be on a paranormal podcast with Miss Tati Westbrook. But yesterday, oh my Lord, I didn't know what to expect. So anyway, so I was going to go in and I was going to look at Tati's videos from before Dramageddon to today and see the views. Here's the thing, okay? It's kind of hard because you kind of have to work into the mix. Like, YouTube's different now than it was then. And, you know, you have to work into, like, TikTok's around now, Instagram Reels. People like short content. They don't necessarily like long content. I love long content. But anyway, so, like, to just go and look at her views and say, oh, she was getting this many views and now she's getting that many views, that's not really fair to say it's all, you know, on the fact that she got in Dramageddon. Do I think that has an effect on it? 100%. But do I think that it's all solely about that? No, I don't think it is at all. But I wanted to kind of look and see what her views were then compared to now. And so anyway, that was what my video was about yesterday. It was going to be about yesterday. But then when I went in and I looked, and she did this, what did she call it? Hold on a second, I have it pulled up right here. She did this video, and the video was called, hold on a second, Super Personal Q&A, okay? So, now I don't know about you, because some people, they took a lot of offense to the fact that I expected Tati to talk about super personal things in her super personal Q&A. Some people took some offense to that. Now, a lot of people saw what I was saying. I'd say about 98% of you saw what I was saying in my video. And for you, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. But some people were real upset. Some people were real upset that I was like expecting more from a super personal Q&A other than like, what's my favorite statement ring, or what's my favorite pair of jeans, and then that ring and jeans would be linked to a non-disclosed affiliate link. People were real upset about that. Somebody even commented and said, well, maybe that is a really personal question of Tati. Okay, come on, people. Come on. What, like, listen, what world do we live in where we can make an excuse for somebody that asking somebody, okay, in the same, hold on a second, in the same video where they're talking about their hopes and their dreams and all this kind of stuff, that asking somebody what their favorite statement ring is or their favorite pair of jeans, that you will give a free pass to that person and say, you really believe that that is a super personal question, okay? Like, let's just be fair. If we're gonna play this game, let's just be fair, okay? If one of your friends called you up and said, I have to tell you something really personal, and you go, okay, what? And they said, but can I trust you? It's really personal. Can I trust you? And you go, yeah, absolutely, you can trust me. What is it? You can trust me, and you're like holding on for the personal moment, and they go, my favorite pair of jeans are Jordache. You'd be like, what the fuck? Get out of here with that shit, okay? So, don't be coming and yelling at me, all right? Tati's the one that put up the title on her video. I get yelled at all the time for clickbait titles, and I don't even know how to make my titles less clickbaity, okay? So all I was saying was that when I watched the video, what I realized was Miss Tati Westbrook, it was like this marketing affiliate link video. It was basically a Jaclyn Hill, my favorite Amazon links, hidden as a super personal Q&A, okay? Then people in there were like, there was a couple people that were like, she doesn't have to share anything personal with you if she doesn't want to. You can't demand that of her. I 100% agree with that. Nobody ever has to share anything that they don't want to, okay, at all. But then maybe not hide it behind the title called Super Personal Q&A, okay? I think that's kind of like pulling your audience in, and then, you know, it's like, I don't know. To me, it's just such a sales pitch, and it just, to me, even more, like, there were a lot of people in the comments that were like, oh, because I called it Tati Westbrook as a sellout. What I was going to call it was Tati Westbrook is a fraud, okay? Because I do think she is. And in all honesty, I didn't call it that because I was trying to be kind of nice to Miss Tati, and so I didn't call her that, but I should have titled it Miss Tati is a fraud, is what I should have titled it, okay? I think I called it something like Tati is deceptive or something like, I don't even know what I called it. But anyway, I was going to call it Tati is a fraud. Because there were a lot of people in my comment sections that were like, Tati is the queen of QVC, and she is constantly trying to sell something. Now, what I don't understand about this is, okay, Jaclyn Hill is somebody that she puts up 30 links in a video, let's say maybe every 3 months, and I call her out about not disclosing affiliate links and things like that, and everybody's like, oh, I agree, and she's just trying to sell stuff, she never discloses. But I call Tati out about it, and people go crazy about it. Okay, so that's what was interesting to me, right? Now, I didn't expect to be making that video yesterday on Miss Tati, okay? And I didn't expect to be making the video about the affiliate links. That's not on me, okay? That's not on me. That's on Miss Tati, that she hid an affiliate link marketing sales tactic of let me sell you 30 things on here, okay? And you know, even people were like, well, Peter, you should link things. And I thought about it, right? I think people kind of missed the point of my video yesterday, because somebody even said something, I mean, it was a very nice comment. They were like, you should link your bird feeders, your bird feed, your bird this, your bird that, your bird this, and whatever. And then they were like, and you don't even have to disclose, and we won't call you out for it. What? Like, that's kind of weird to me. I didn't even really, to be honest with you, like, that, I think that's where you missed the point, okay? The point is not the fact that Tati does, because people are like, Tati's been honest about this. Tati's doing these affiliate links and sponsorships to make money to open her brand. Congratulations for her, baby. I love anybody with a hustle. I think she should do every video she should sponsor, okay? Tati is somebody that could get a sponsorship in every video. She should. Tati should be getting paid, I don't know, $20,000 to $50,000, $100,000, because that's what some of them people get paid for sponsorships, okay? and still don't disclose. But Tati, everybody wanted to tell me yesterday, oh, she discloses, she discloses, she discloses. So anyway, but here's the thing, okay? It is not to me about what she's using the money for. I don't really care. I think that's great she wants to reopen her brand. I think she should. And I even shared in the video yesterday about how I have been a long-term supporter of Tati, and I loved Tati back in the day. And I explained, and I'm not going to get into it again today, but about how when I saw her as a human being, and I thought Tati was a good person, I didn't understand how she moved that way. Like, that she could just so easily lie to her audience. And people are like, she's not lying to her audience. And what people said was, she's not lying to her audience because she's being honest about what she's using the money for. Baby, I don't care what she's using the money for, okay? I really don't care if she's buying, you know, a life supply of Cadbury cream eggs. I don't give a fuck, okay? It's how she's choosing to not display how she's making her money, okay? That's what my issue is. I don't care if she links 100 affiliate links in there. I don't care if every video she does is a sponsorship. Just disclose it appropriately, okay? That's what I was saying. But when I said that yesterday, people are like, there's no proof. Some person in there said something about, you are like coming for Tati with no proof. And after like 4 people were like, why are you like coming to Tati's defense? I hardly ever comment on my own videos back at people. And I said, listen. And I said it very nicely. I said, I have made previous videos explaining how Tati does not follow guidelines per the FTC. It's illegal, first of all, okay? I just want to make that clear. When all these people are making excuses for Tati, she's breaking the law. Not only is she being deceptive, not only is she a fraud, but she's breaking the law, okay? So I guess the next video to all the people that want to defend Tati Westbrook, I should do, it's called Tati Westbrook is breaking the law and FTC guidelines. So then that will be, the FTC can just easily find Tati's videos, okay? Because when I went and looked today, I went back 8 videos of Tati's. Her last 8 videos have over 30 links on each of them, and none of them are disclosed appropriately, all right? So miss me with that shit. I'm not going back more than 8 videos, okay? That when people want to make excuses for her, okay? I can make that video and I can put all kinds of proof in it. I can sit there and I can show you her description box. I can read to you the FTC guidelines, okay? But people were saying stuff like, oh, Peter, we wouldn't even care if you don't. Well, you should care. You should care if I don't link it, if I don't link it appropriately. You should care if I don't disclose things appropriately because it's deceptive, okay? And it's not only that, but it's the law. It's the law per the FTC. And what is so bizarre to me is that every time that I do a FTC guidelines videos, there's always people out there, okay, that are so protective of the people that I'm talking about, which what you don't realize is the Federal Trade Commission exists solely to protect you as the consumer, okay, to protect you. I don't know, but do you think Tati Westbrook, because people are like, she knows we love her jewelry, she knows we love her jeans. You think Tati Westbrook is that concerned about Susie Jones in Oklahoma City when she is cashing her Amazon checks? Okay, I'm just asking you. You really do think that? You really think that in that comment section that she is that concerned? I bet if I called Tati Westbrook up today and I said, name me 10 of your top commenters on your videos, she couldn't give me 2, all right? Now, I can tell you I vlog every single day, all right? I direct message a lot of people that watch my vlogs on a regular basis that tell me things about family issues they got going on, medical issues. They share pictures of the birds, sending me pictures of ferns, talking about my birds in my yard, asking me how I'm doing, asking me things about myself. I can tell you at least 20 people that comment on my videos on a regular basis and have for years, okay? So when you guys want to sit there and defend somebody that she don't even know who you are and she's cashing her checks over there and I'm sitting here trying to protect you. Because what I was saying was that if Tati doesn't care, okay, about it and she doesn't care enough to link, because it's real simple, okay? It's real simple. Go look when I do link something. All you have to do is above the link, you have to put, okay, and this is not, whole video is not going to be about this, but above the link, you have to put, I may earn compensation. This is an affiliate link, okay? And you're supposed to disclose it in the video as well and say on print and also verbally disclose it. Can you all tell me that she's done that in her videos? Those of you that watch Tati so well, she does? She put it in there because I watched that whole video. She didn't say one thing about any of those affiliate links. She just put them in the bottom of it. Okay, so for those people that said that I didn't show proof in my video yesterday, I'm going to go in here right now. I'm going to show you some proof, okay, for Miss Tati. And this goes for her last 8 videos that I looked at, all right? Because we're going to clear this up real quick. Oh, by the way, that person that wanted to say that I didn't provide any proof, she deleted her comment. I didn't delete her comment. I didn't take her comment down. Okay, she deleted her comment. Apparently, it was too hot for her in the kitchen. I don't know. But anyway, so on her newest video called All the Makeup Trend, Right here. Here's your proof. You can look in her description box yourself. Click more to expand for products and links. XO Tati. So the one thing she wants you to know about is you better hit the more link for the products and the links, okay? Well, this would be a perfect place for her since she is so intent on people knowing where her links are, okay? And where her product mentions are in there, not to help you out. That's what y'all think it is, okay? But for her to make money, which that's fine. That's grand, okay? I don't care about that. Just disclose appropriately, all right? And so she knows to put it underneath here that make sure you hit the more button because she don't want you to ever miss a link of hers, okay? Because she's putting a good 30 links on each video. Now, I call out Jaclyn Hill for doing a video every 3 months where she's linking links. Tati Westbrook's doing one every 2 days, okay? Every 2 days, she is linking 30 new products. I can't even imagine what this woman is making on links right now. I just can't even imagine, okay? So here we go. I'm going to go through the description box with you like I did yesterday when I didn't provide any proof, apparently, okay? The Tati list is next, where you can join there. And then videos mentioned. She's got the videos mentioned, so you can go back and watch her videos. And then she has products mentioned, okay? And each one of these has a link to it, okay? A link to make money off of it. Each one of these is an affiliate link. And it doesn't say anywhere above here or anywhere. I'm looking at it right here. If I only made it 3 links down, and everybody's like, well, we know they're affiliate links. Baby, that ain't good enough per the FTC. That is not good enough, okay? It's like... It's like if you go into a bank, okay, like if you go to the ATM and you use somebody else's card and you're like, well, I didn't know it was my card. Baby, you're still going to get arrested for thieving, okay? It's similar to that. Let's just not play dumb in the situation. I'd rather if somebody came and said on my video, I love Tati. It hurts my feelings that you're saying such things about her. I would respect that, okay? What I don't respect is when people want to come and say, well, I can overlook this, or I don't care. You don't care about somebody being deceptive. Well, here's the thing then, okay? If you don't care about her being deceptive on this, then you don't care about being deceptive on anything, all right? Like, then you're okay with her being deceptive on anything. And that's kind of the problem when it comes to the influencer space. So here she has her products mentioned. I don't even know how many she has. So many underneath here, okay? Well, here, we'll just go to the video and I'll look at it. All the new makeup tested. Here she is. She's got, hold on a second. This video is from 2 days ago. And I'm going right to the video. Y'all can go, why don't you join with me? Why don't you pull up your phone or your tablet and we can look through it together as proof, okay? Products mentioned. Starts with the M-Beauty Project Extreme Cream. One size oil sucker makeup magnifying alkaline primer. Now, she got to type all these in there, look up the link, put the link in there, okay? So she's not doing this for you guys to make things easier. She's doing this to make money. So she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Now, usually on there, she links her jewelry that she's wearing and things like that. Okay, so when you get to the bottom of the description box, now I'm just going to ask y'all, in all honesty, how many of you, can you just stop right now? Tell me what the last thing is in my description box. I don't even know what the last thing is in my description box. Can you tell me? You read my description box every day, so you know what the last thing in my description box is? Do you know what the last thing in Tati's description box is? You know that, do you? Okay. So then it says, let's connect. Underneath there, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Twitter, email. Okay? New PR mailing address. And it's got her PR mailing address under there. And then under there, she's got FTC disclaimer. This video is not sponsored. However, I sometimes provide affiliate links where I earn a small commission with purchase. Thank you for your support. Now, this is where people are confusion, okay? Because they think that this is good enough, right? Okay, so this is not where it belongs. It belongs close to or above the link, number 1. Number 2, you also have to make a verbal disclosure in the video. Third, you should put a printed disclosure in the video as well. Not just for a sponsorship, but for affiliate links as well, okay? It cannot be hid here. When I use the words clear and conspicuous, what that means is I shouldn't have to fucking hunt for the disclosure, all right? I am so tired of talking about this shit for people that want to make excuses for these people, all right? So since I didn't provide proof yesterday, I looked it up on Google for the 9 millionth time. Y'all can look at it. YouTubers should disclose affiliate links clearly and conspicuously in their videos and descriptions following Federal Trade Commission guidelines, okay? which there are now in place violations. I think it's something like $47,845 per violation. So for each one of those that she didn't disclose appropriately, she'd get a violation. She didn't disclose it in the video. She didn't disclose it in the links appropriately, so she'd get fined for it, okay? This includes using phrases like, this video contains affiliate links. Didn't say it. Or, I may earn a commission if you make a purchase. It's also recommended to use hashtags like ad, affiliate link, or sponsored in the video description. None of that does she do, okay? Conspicuous disclosures in the video. Verbally mention the affiliate relationship with the video, especially if you've also promoting the product in the video. In the description, provide a clear statement about affiliate links in the description box. On screen, consider adding text on screen during the video, especially when you're mentioning the affiliate link. Clear and simple language, because not everybody uses the same language. We don't all live in the same city. So it's sponsored or ad means to somebody else might not mean the same thing to you, okay? Age also factors into that. What hashtag ad means to somebody that is 25 might not mean the same thing to somebody that's 85, okay? When I was growing up, ads were commercials on TV. So if I thought from that same standpoint that somebody was doing an ad, what I might think is they're getting paid to do an ad for this pair of jeans, okay? Not that if you hit this link, they're making compensation off of it. Not to mention that they also make compensation off of all of your sales on that website for the next 48 hours, especially if it's Amazon, all right? Which is something they never disclose for you. Use straightforward language that's easy for viewers to understand. Avoid overly technical or jargon-filled language that can confuse viewers. Timing and placement. Disclose your affiliate relationship as soon as you start promoting the product, not after you've already made your recommendation, which also goes to the description box. You cannot put it at the bottom. Place the disclosure near the affiliate link so viewers are aware of the relationship before clicking on the link. So please tell me, if you're looking at the link, you're going to go to the very bottom of our description box just to see what? If it's possibly linked. Okay, so you can also go in here and you can read, according to the FTC, YouTubers need to disclose, it goes in here, it says all this you can go in here and you can read all the evidence yourself. If you don't believe me, instead of me always providing proof, why don't you go in and you go do the research yourself since you're so defensive of these people? Or keep on clicking their links, baby, because to be honest with you, I don't really care, all right? In all honesty, one of these days, and it's coming soon, one of these people is going to be hit so hard, all right? I also want to say to one person out there that said that I am obviously so jealous of Tati because I make so many videos about Tati. I was like, when was the last video that I made about Tati? I really wanted to go in and look because I do think that I'm pretty fair to people, in all honesty. I try to be really fair. In fact, yesterday I gave like a 20-minute dissertation on how my relationship develops with these people and how I see them, okay? So I went and looked because I think, in all honesty, when people say to me that you're jealous of these people, I think that is such an easy, kind of simple go-to if you want to know the truth, right? Oh, you're jealous. This is why. So any person that we ever criticize, that we ever have any issue with, it's a form of jealousy. I will remember that, okay? I will remember that. Any person that ever criticizes me, any person that ever has anything to say to me, any person that ever questions anything that I do, it's simply because they're jealous going forward, right? Okay, so we understand each other now. Anybody that ever has the criticism for me, it's because you're jealous. So the person that's saying that to me, it's obviously because you're jealous of me, right? Okay, so now that we understand the definition of jealousy, let me go in here and just share with you guys the amount of videos, okay? When there are channels that are dedicated to making videos every 3 days on people, okay? Every 3 days over the course of 2 to 3 years, 5 years on people, okay? In the last almost year of on my channel, I have made 6 videos on Tati Westbrook, okay, dedicated videos. The last video that I made on her before May 27th was February 11th, okay? Before that, it was September 18th, and that video was responding to her entire video coming out talking about being sober. I was very supportive of Tati in that video. I said I loved her coming out and sharing her story, okay? That was a whole video. I'm sober. I've been sober for 30 years. That's obviously a video that I'm going to make, okay? The video before that was on September 5th, and that video was me talking about that she had done in a Q&A that she was talking about her sobriety. She later came out with a longer video, all right? August 1st was the 5th video ago that I made, and that was after Tati's lawsuit ended, or was happening. So, of course, I was going to make a video about that. I didn't even make multiple videos about Tati Westbrook's lawsuit, which I could have at the time. And then June 10th. And June 10th was the last video that I made discussing her not disclosing affiliate links appropriately. So when people want to say, number one, that I'm jealous, when I made 6 videos on the woman in a year, okay? Not even one a month. That's one every 2 months, maybe. But I haven't even made my last video on Tati Westbrook since February. Baby, I come with the facts, okay? I don't come with lies. I don't come up with made-up bullshit. I come with the facts, okay? So when people want to say I don't look up proof, I shared with you the FTC guidelines. I shared with you Tati Westbrook's description box. It ain't my problem. She can't fix that shit, okay? And come correct with how she's supposed to do things. I have made 6 videos on the woman in the last year, all right? In the last year. And almost a year ago, on June 10th, I made a video talking about how she wasn't disclosing affiliate links appropriately. All right? So all my research has proven to me is that in a year, Tati ain't learned a damn thing, and she's still not disclosing affiliate links, okay? So miss me with that shit that I'm fucking jealous. I'm a drama commentary channel. What the fuck am I supposed to talk about over here? Does this fire me up? Hell yeah, it fires me up. I can't talk about anybody. Talk about Jeffree Star, I'm jealous. Talk about James Charles, I'm jealous. Talk about Robbie D. Christie, I'm jealous. Talk about Trisha Paytas, I'm jealous. Talk about Shane Dawson, I'm jealous. Okay, maybe I am. Maybe I am so jealous. I am so jealous and so ate up with all of these people. I'll tell you what. You let me know who you want me to talk about over here, okay? You let me, put in the comment sections, whatever. I've asked this so many times. People are like, why do you still talk about the same 5 or 6 people? Because it's the only people I know to talk about, baby. I ain't on the TikTok, okay? I'm not going to talk about the TikTok people. People tell me all the time, you need to talk about Ash Trevino. I don't know about her. She got bed bugs. I don't know about that gal, okay? The only reason I talked about Kayla Malik and James Charles was because it was such a hot topic and everybody was talking about it. And I felt like it was a really important story to talk about. So I went in and I looked into Kayla Malik and found out what I needed to find out about her, okay? But I'm not on TikTok like that. These are the people that I talk about over here. You know, I would love to make this a video bringing awareness about Fox Hollow Farms and her Baumeister and what I believe is going on with all that. But I don't think anybody really wants to hear all that, except for a few couple thousand people that watch all those videos that I do over there. And I appreciate that. But since y'all have not y'all, well, since 1.5% of you had such an issue with me talking about Miss Hot Toddy, I have something better for you today, okay? So I'm going to bring to you something I found on the Facebook, just for you people that had a real issue with me. Now, for the rest of you, if you don't want to hear this, I apologize. But for those people that said, I'm so jealous, so jealous of Miss Hot Toddy, I have something for you, okay? And that is that on the Facebook last night, when I was sitting there just dry heaving over my jealousy. This is going to stop in just a second, so let's just stop it now before I get to the real good part. Okay. I haven't made a video like this in a while. This is kind of fun. It's kind of fun. Well, you know what? I think the other thing that people forget is that, baby, I got 7 channels. You know what I mean? Like, this is just one of them. People are like, you're so jealous. I got 7 channels, okay? I got 6 other channels I got to worry about. I got a vlog I do for over an hour every single day. I got to watch Sister Wives, 1,000-Pound Sisters, Poly Family, Love After Lockup, true crime documentaries, and take notes on them, okay? Baby, my Peter Watches TV channel, it's burning up over there, baby. I'm getting more views on Sister Wives coverage than I get on these videos over here. I know that my views are bad. I don't really care, to be honest with you. I just have fun filming videos. Y'all let me know what you want me to film about, and I will film those videos. Tell me what you want me to talk about over here, okay? Like people said they want me to bring back the drama phone. How's the drama phone? It's coming, baby. It's coming. Trust. The drama phone's coming. It's a new day. But for all you out there that took some issues with the fact that I talked about Miss Toddy in my video yesterday, I have something for you. On Facebook, I did not join it, but I found the Facebook Fart Club. Okay. Now, I am recommended a lot of weird shit, but I think you out there, all of you, that take real issue with the fact that I'm jealous, I am. I thought about taking a break from the internet because I'm so jealous of Tati Westbrook. Anyway, for those of you out there that take real issue with the fact that I'm so jealous and so bothered by Miss Tati Westbrook, I think y'all should join the Facebook Fart Club, okay? But I do want to read you a post that I found on here yesterday. I have not even read this entire thing, but basically what the Facebook Fart Club is people sharing about their experiences with farts. So I thought for you 1.5%, we could read this video today. Because I didn't really have anything else to talk about because I don't fucking know anything about Ash Trevino except she's got bed bugs. Okay? So I don't know. And listen, you know what? I'm tired of talking about James Charles for the week. So you know what? For you out there, I thought we could read about this person's fart experience. Okay? And then we'll get to some of the unpopular opinions. Somebody shared in here. I will not call them out by name. Okay? What was your most memorable fart? Now, I can't even imagine wanting to ask somebody that question, first of all, okay? But this is what they share. Nobody asked, first of all. It's like that thing where it says nobody, 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 and then there's somebody. Okay, what was your most memorable fart? Mine is still being talked about 5 years down the line. It is, who are your friends, honey? I had crispy chili, this is already getting back to a bad start. I had crispy chili beef at a local Chinese restaurant and couldn't eat it all, so I took the rest home for the next day. Okay. With the benefit of hindsight, I shouldn't have had it before going to quiz night, which I guess is like, I don't know, I love games. Do you like games? But now somebody's farting in a closed room. But as it was held on the outside, in a closed terrace, I thought I'd get away with it as long as I didn't let one go. Is this for real, though? As long as I didn't let one go during the silence as people pondered their answers. Na, 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 na. Okay. This worked well for a while. They weren't too busy or too noisy or smelly, and there were 6 of us at our table. So even if one was hurt, it would be difficult to assign blame. Then I felt a real pressure cooker one building. This is so gross. This is so gross. Who is writing this? Then I felt a real pressure cooker. I can't believe if you had told me, okay, if you told me 15 years ago, let's just flash back in time, okay, to the late 90s when I'm in graduate school getting my master's degree for social work. Somebody comes into class with a note, and it says, this is a note from your future. One day, you won't be bothered with none of this shit no more, okay? You'll be making videos about people's fart experiences on YouTube. I would never have believed it. This worked well for a while. Okay, wait. Fortunately, then I felt a real pressure cooker one building up during the inner question silence, and I realized I couldn't hold on to it. Fortunately for me, it wasn't as loud as the rumbling suggested it might be. Unfortunately for me, just as I let go, the quizmaster walked behind my chair. As was his usual habit, he held the microphone at arm's length so it wouldn't pick up his breathing like this. This is actually so detailed it can't be a lie, right? Unless they're just a really good liar. As was his usual habit, he held the microphone at arm's length so it wouldn't pick up his breathing. In a cruel twist of fate, it was level with the point of exit, just as it reached its peak, as he stood immediately behind my chair. There was no getting away with it, and as it was a beautiful sunny evening in Spain, no chance of passing it off as thunder either. It took several minutes to restore order, and the owner of the bar 2 doors down came to ask about the explosion. This cannot be for real. Explosion, and to see if the emergency services were needed. I'd say so. Somebody's hot chili ass. Every word of this is true. I wish it wasn't. As at every opportunity, the quizmaster, or one of my so-called friends, keeps the legend alive by recounting the sorry tale with embellishments. And then she tagged somebody. Why would you tag somebody in this? Poor Derek got tagged by Sandra in this. No, ma'am. Okay, let's go to these unfortunate, unpopular opinions videos and let me see some of them. What's my unpopular opinion about Jack Black and Jason Momoa? Don't care about any of them. But on the show Ghosts, she makes a lot, what's her name? I can never remember people's names after I get done watching the show. I just finished Squid Game last night. Can't wait till season 3. She makes a lot of Jason Momoa jokes. What's her name? Why can't I think? The jazz singer. I love her. Anyway, Jack Black and Jason Momoa. Don't care about either one of them. Is there a scandal with them or something? If there is, I don't know. Listen. I am in so down the hole of Love After Lockup. I can't even see out of it right now. Okay? What's your opinion on Real Housewives of New York ending? Which Real Housewives should end or get a revamp? Okay, I thought the season of Real Housewives of New York ended very sad this year and confusing. I think they should have just pushed them all through and made them go to another season. I don't know what's going on. I think a lot of the women are like, we won't film with Brynn, and then they didn't know what to do, and they had already brought back, like, they brought on Rebecca Minkoff, who she wouldn't talk about. I almost said she wouldn't talk about being a science digest or whatever that magazine's called. What's that weird religion, Scientologist? She wouldn't talk about being a Scientologist on there. And so she was boring anyway. She had no storyline. I don't know. Here's my thing. I like the new Real Housewives of New York cast. I like the show. But I am all about the legends. Bring them back. Dorinda Medley has been on pause, and she's getting her own show, or the Berkshires. Who cares about the Berkshires? Bring the old people back. Listen, I am not a Sonia Morgan fan, but she needs the money, and I would bring back the gals, okay? Just bring them back. I mean, some of these housewives are like retirement age now. Bring them back. Bring them back. They brought the good TV. I want Luann. I want Carol back. I loved Carol so much. Bring them back, okay? Maybe not so much Ramona Singer, but... unpopular opinions are travel. Are there things to save and splurge on? Always book flights on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I will tell you, that is a huge trick. Do not ever book a flight on a weekend, period. It's when everybody's looking, okay? Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I haven't watched a season of it yet. I'm going to be covering it over on my Peter Watches TV channel. Here's the thing. Last time it was on, I watched like the first episode or two and then covered it, and then watched the rest of the season and covered it. I don't really know how to watch it and cover it. Some people are telling me watch an episode, cover it. Some people are telling me watch the whole thing and cover it. I can't believe it got a second season, in all honesty. I don't really think it's that great of television, okay? But you want to talk about non-disclosed affiliate links? Since I only come for people that I'm super jealous of, what's her name on that show? Whitney, the one, I'm talking about, the blonde one, the mean girl. She actually did a non-disclosed sponsorship of a sex toy, of a vibrator. You can go look it up on her Instagram, and I actually did an entire video about it because I'm so jealous of her. I'm so jealous of her that I did an entire video about how she didn't disclose her sponsorship. When on the show of last season, they talked about how much they got paid for sponsorships, and then she said she wouldn't do it because she doesn't use vibrators, and then she turned around and did the sponsorship. It's a dishonest sponsorship, and she didn't disclose, and she didn't put paid placement on Instagram, and she tagged the company, so the company was well aware of it. And I did a whole video about it, because I'm jealous of her. So anyway, but I haven't watched it yet. Oh my god, see, Ash Trevino. What? I don't know about her and her bed bugs. I know it goes deep. I watched some of Dustin's videos about her. Listen, he's got her covered. He's got her covered. He's always like, you need to do Ash Trevino videos. I'm like, dude, I don't know anything about Ash Trevino like you do. Ash Trevino, it's a little late since she fell off, but I wondered if you avoided talking about... I only avoided talking about Ash Trevino because I didn't know anything about her. That was the only reason. In retrospect, I kind of wish I did know about her because they're just... It kind of seems like a topic that I would have had a lot to say about. That's all I'll say about that. Okay. Raisins and cookies, good or bad? Also, we should bring back landlines so I can hang up after a heated conversation. Oh God, do you remember those days? The phone wrapped, and then you have to like run through there. Your mom would pick up the phone upstairs. I hear what you're talking about downstairs. I hate raisins and cookies. I hate them. Okay. Is no contact with like in relationships? See, this is where people always, I talked about this in my video yesterday. I do unpopular opinions, and people are asking me like, should we go no contact with this family member, blah, 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 whatever. It feels so irritating sometimes when it's out of your hands. Well, I didn't really know that these were terms that we were using anymore because I don't really have people in my life that I have to go no contact with, but I did just watch Hacks from last week, or from 2 weeks ago, I guess it was, and her daughter, Jean Smart's daughter in it, says there's like different terms. You can go NC, which is like no contact, or you can go partial contact. I don't know, but there's like all these terms about it. I don't really have people in my life. If you're in my life where we're going no contact, you're out of my life. Okay, that's just how I move. Listen, I'm too fucking old. Okay, if we're at the point where we gotta evaluate, like, I'm not talking about. I live in a world where, like, if my friend Tanya Jean and I, if we've hurt each other's feelings or we feel like one of us has been shady to each other, we bring it to each other, okay? My friend Nikki, my friend Mel, Valerini, my friend Melissa, all my friends in my life, if we got issues with each other, we bring it to each other, okay? And we work through it or we don't. The people in my life that I've had issues with or I don't, I'm not talking about online, I'm talking about my friends, like, you know, in my real life and things like that. Listen, if it gets to that, I'm too old. I've been through too much, and most of my friends have been too, okay? If it gets to that point where we got to be discussing no contact contact. I'm not talking about family members. I think that's a completely different thing. Thank God I don't have family like that. I'm very blessed with my in-laws and my, my family to just have such blessed relationships. I'm so grateful for it. If I am at a point in my life at 52, almost 53 years old, where I got to be discussing whether I need to go no contact with somebody, baby, they're out of my life. That's too much. Listen, I am spending too much time and too much. One of my goals for this year was, where am I putting my energy? If I am putting my energy into thinking about whether I need to go no contact in a relationship, that relationship is not worth my time. Okay, that does not need to be in my life anymore. Period. End of story. Okay, I would like the video regarding your experience in the 80s and 90s with HIV growing up. Okay, I mean, I can do that video. I've talked about that on here, about, I came out in 1990, June of 1990, on my 18th birthday, I came out. It was the end of the AIDS crisis. So, I mean, the AIDS crisis, I think we sometimes forget, really started like in the late 70s. And so, when I came out and started going out to bars and things like that, it was a lot. You would see people that you knew, like if they had corpus sarcoma and things like that, and but you would hear a lot about people that had passed that I never met, and I can remember one person in particular that was like very. So I kind of like came out and then stepped right into like a big group of people that all hung out, and it was all kind of centered around drag in Indianapolis, and so there was like this guy that was part of that group. And he had passed away probably like 3 months before I came out. And everybody would talk about him because he was like really in the scene. And I think that was like my really first introduction. I can remember the very first person that I ever met that was HIV positive. Because to meet a human being, when you hear all these things on TV, and I think it really humanized it for me. I remember that, going out to bars where they would have STD testing set up in the corner. At one point when I was going out, the early days of going out, Indianapolis had the highest rate of syphilis in the country. And so they were doing, STD testing. One of the things that we don't talk a lot about is that the reason why we're where we are today with HIV, and that there are people that are 20, 30 years out asymptomatic and are healthy, is because the LGBTQI plus community really took back a lot of it and started practicing safer sex practices. Bars always had huge bowls of condoms, dental dams, lube, things like that on them. We don't like to talk about those things, but those are things that we had to deal with. I had to deal with that at 18 years old when I came out into that world. That was scary. I think that we started talking about it. We started educating people on it. I think that was what was really important. The lesbian community was so vital in taking care of gay men that were dying. I mean, that's been seen in so many movies, so many documentaries. And I think that it was really a time in life that we came together as a community. I think that where we're at today in the society that we're in today, I think we're being forced again to come back together in a way that I think our community has been somewhat divided in the last, I would say, 15 to 20 years. And it makes me sad that during times of like tragedy and sadness that we have to come together as a community, but we do. And I think that's what happened at that time. I think it's really, really important to honor those people that were lost during that time and to hear their stories, to read their books, to read the books of their loved ones that have survived. One of my favorite accounts on Instagram, if you guys are interested, let me look it up. Hold on really quick because I want to get the exact name. I think it's called the AIDS Memorial. Hold on a second. It's the AIDS Memorial, and it is a pink triangle with a black behind it. And every day, it's just people sharing stories of loved ones, famous people that have passed away. Madonna shared on there about Keith Haring. And it's just every day, it's people's their stories. It just shows pictures and tells how they met this person and when this person passed, their birth and their death dates and things like that. Stories of love, loss, and remembrance. And I think it's always really important to remember the people that came before us. And I came out into that world, and I remember when I came out to my mom said to me, I remember when I came out to her, and she said, "I'm afraid for you." And I thought she meant because I would, be having unsafe sex and I would get HIV. And she said, and I said to her, I'm going to be practice safe sex, mom, blah, blah, blah. My mom and I always have very honest conversations. She goes, "I'm not talking about that." She goes, "If that happens, we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it." But she said, people are not kind to gay people. I think in retrospect, it's interesting that in 1990, I had very honest conversations with my mom and my dad coming out about the fear of AIDS and how, with my father and my stepmother, I had very honest conversations about safer sex practices and things like that. And with my mom as well. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that my parents cared enough to educate themselves enough and love themselves enough that they weren't afraid to have those conversations with me. And I think that that's something that sometimes we don't do today because we're so afraid to have those conversations, and I'm grateful for it. It's a whole generation. It's a whole, there's people that are still dying today, every single day. And I think that we need to keep their memories alive, and I can make that whole video. I can. It's interesting because every once in a while I'll get a derogatory statement where somebody will say, like, they'll call me like something and it'll have that in there, right? And I'm like, if that were the case, I have so many friends of mine that are HIV positive and live out loud and share their stories to educate other people, to uplift other people, to take the fear and the stigma away from other people, to advocate, and to raise money and awareness for that. I am not the person that I think that is, we are so far past the 1980s of using that as a derogatory statement towards somebody. If somebody uses that as a derogatory statement towards somebody, that is ignorance. But I also think that if that were the case with me, and I'll tell you, I have asked myself so many times, why not me? It wasn't like I was any safer or less safer than most of the people that I knew. And that's just in all honesty. But if that were the case, I'm like, how did I not get it? If that were my case and that was my story, I would share it openly. I would. And that's who I am as a person. And I am so in admiration and respect for the people that share their stories openly just to help and advocate for other people. I think it's amazing. So anyway, but thank you for that question. I did like a little mini video there. I could do a whole video on it if you want me to tell, but I don't know that I'm necessarily the person. I can share my experiences of coming out and what it was like and the fear attached to it, and that we didn't even know as gay men, like fear of toilet seats. And we didn't know. We weren't educated that well. We had to educate ourselves, and so it's taken a long time. But I don't know that I'm necessarily the person that, what I could ask is a friend of mine. I have a friend of mine that advocates and is very open about being HIV positive, and asking him if he would do an interview with me. He would probably love to do that. So if that's something that you guys would be interested in, let me know. Eugenia Cooney, well, I just made a whole video about her not too long ago. HOAs, go over to my drama channel, baby. It's heating up in the neighborhood for the HOAs. I don't know. Some of these things people ask me about, I don't know. Unpopular opinion, not all friendships are meant to be lifelong. Well, I had a friend of mine about 25 years ago say this statement to me. Now it's kind of a trite statement, but everybody says it, but people come in your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. I did not really, maybe it was 35 years ago, I don't know. I didn't really want to accept that because I wanted everybody to be lifetime people, but I think that life has taught me that no, not all friendships are meant to be there forever. The way that I try to look at ending romantic relationships or ending friendships, I'm not talking about abusive romantic relationships. That's a completely different thing. I try to walk away from it and remember the good times. I think it's really easy to talk poorly about my exes, ex-friends of mine, people that moved away. It's easy to do that, right? I think it's easy to go to that. I try to cherish the memories and cherish the good times and not go to that. That's not who I want to be as a person, and I wouldn't want it done to me, and so that's what I tried to do. But no, do I think that all friendships last a lifetime? No. And it's not always because friendships end horribly. It's sometimes because I've had friendships of mine where people moved away, and we just, because of life, they had kids, and, got remarried, and, life just happens, and so, no, not all friendships are meant to last forever. It's sad. It's really sad, I will say this, as the older you get, you kind of get reconnected with people. I had this fantastic roommate before and after I got sober. She was my party friend, and then she was very supportive of me after I got sober. And she actually lives in Berlin. She's married to a very, very, very famous rock star. And true story. And she did a dance-off with Courtney Love at the patio in Broderpool the same night that I met Drew Barrymore. And we have so many stories. And for a long time, we didn't talk. And, we just reconnected a couple years ago. I have another friend of mine that I was friends with about the same time. They actually, both of them, lived together in an apartment in LA, and she and I became connected again, and kind of through the passing of one of our friends. As you get older, it's like some of those friendships from your youth, it's like you both grew up and got older, and you kind of reconnect, and those friendships kind of rekindle sometimes, So I always try to be open to that. Amber Lynn Reed, I become obsessed. I don't know enough about Amber these days to talk about her. I will say this, I noticed that Chelsea Suarez made a video about her today. The thumbnail is should we look it up? The thumbnail is fantastic. It is so good. I was like, this reminds me of some kind of reality or TV show. Hold on a second. Let's look it up and see the thumbnail. Okay, can we just talk? Oh, wait. It just went over. Hold on a second. It went right into the video. It's called Girl World, the worst people on the internet. Can we just talk about this thumbnail for a second? It is fantastic. This thumbnail is so good. It's got Chantel, Foodie Beauty on the left-hand side and Amber Lynn on the right side. It reminds me of like an old like Roseanne poster or something like that from the TV show, but it's fantastic. I would love to make Amber Lynn read content. You know, Zachary Michael is one of my dear friends, and he's just, Zachary is such a great guy, and so much more, you know, like, I think that's the one thing that misses about it, you know, I have 7 channels, but a lot of these people don't, so I mean, like, you know, here I am flipping fans and whatever, but you get to see me in my vlog, and I'm just, like, talking about birds and shit like that, like, you know, there's so many sides to these people that are just, like, you know, they're just real, but anyway, I would love to make Amber Lynn, I'm kind of past the point of like not wanting to make content about her anymore. I just don't know that much about her. I just really don't. And so you know what? Let Amber live her good life, I guess. Chocolate or vanilla ice cream, vanilla all day long. But I probably wouldn't, I mean, if I had 50 choices, it wouldn't be either one of those. Pineapple on pizza. Baby, we already talked about this. Oh, I think I did this. Okay. Hold on a second. My unpopular opinion, no carry-on suitcases allowed because it makes the process so slow. Well, I always sit there and I'm like, okay, is that a carry-on? Like, I mean, do they call it? I mean, it's like this 1,000 big, but I will tell you, I always pack, so I have to sleep, I sleep with a fan every single night. I have a carry-on fan that I always put in my carry-on bag because I cannot get someplace and not have a fan or I can't sleep. Your opinion on what the best streaming service out there is and why? Oh God, that's so hard. I mean, it kind of depends on what I'm watching at the moment. Apple TV or Max are probably my favorites. Probably both of those are probably my favorite. Oh, Peacock or Paramount. I love them all. Don't make me choose. Please don't make me choose. Blake Lively. My husband loves her. My husband's watched Gossip Girl 9 million times. I don't know enough about that Blake Lively, Justin Baldini thing to talk on that. Oh my God, another pineapple on pizza question. Your opinion on toxic masculinity. I have lots of opinions about that. We can do a whole video about that. TikTok. Tattoos. I feel like I've talked a lot about this on here. I mean, I'm getting a lot of deep questions. A lot of people are asking me I said this in my video yesterday. Whenever I put these up, I always get a lot of deep questions. So I'm trying to kind of keep it lighthearted. I don't have any tattoos. I'm not against it. I don't like pain. I think tattoos are sexy sometimes when I see them on people. I think a lot of, like, when people have sleeves and stuff, I think I'm that person that if I got one, I'd have to have 30, is what I am, you know? So I don't really, I used to want something that my mom wrote and something that my dad wrote right here. I wanted a cardinal feather on the back of my neck for a while to remind me of my mom. I've had a lot of different things I wanted, but it's never happened. My husband doesn't have any tattoos either. So, and we've never really talked about getting one together. He and his brothers talked about getting one together for a while. And then we kind of talked about it a little bit after that. I don't know. I'm at the point now where, like, in my youth, I didn't want to get one because I was like, if I get, like, an eagle flying over the sun, like, 20 years from now, it'll look like a rotten orange, you know? But now I kind of wish I had gotten a tattoo. I don't have anything that meaningful to, there's not really a lot of reasons behind it. I think I used to say stuff about purity of body and whatever. I don't have any piercings either. I'm not against it, and I think some are kind of, I love piercings on other people. It's not about all that. Really, it's the pain factor for me, number one. And number two, it's that I haven't really ever found anything that I love so much that I would want to imprint it on my body forever, you know? There's a lot of things I'd like to take off of my body, you know? And maybe lose some pounds and things like that. But there's not really anything that I want to add to my body, you know what I mean? Does anybody have, like, a six-pack tattooed? I'm sure somebody out there has that, don't they? Your opinions on Amanda. Oh, I already did this one. Amanda, Chris, and Misty from 1,000 Pounds Sisters. Go watch my Peter Watches TV channel. I talk about them all the time over there. Thank you for sharing your recovery journey. Sometimes, I appreciate that. Thank you. What do you think of designer fashion jewelry? Just in general? Sure. Eugenia Cooney. The new Conjuring movie. We'll see it because my husband loves all of them. We want your rants. We want your rants. I haven't done a rant video in a while. Should I do a rant video? I'm like kind of, some of these are really, really serious, you guys, that people are asking me. Okay. I mean, stoicism and recovery. Like that, this is the kind of questions I get, right? I don't get I haven't got one person ask me what my favorite pair of jeans are, okay? Not one person has asked me, what is your favorite pair of jeans? Now, when I say that, I'll get 20 people that ask that. Toilet paper roll facing out or behind. Baby, now listen, okay? This is not an unpopular opinion. This is the fact, okay? Toilet paper goes over, okay? Paper towels go around. Toilet paper goes over. That is not even a discussion, an opinion, or anything. That's the truth, okay? Anyway, let me know what you think about all that in the comment section below. That was a range of emotions today, wasn't it? I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.